Welcome to Tarot Tuesday for the week of January 13th. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising. Choose which sign resonates with you this week. So if this video doesn't work, check out the Moon or Rising or Sun, or which one speaks the most with you. Yeah, all right. And so we are at the end of this Capricorn stellium moment. We've had so many planets in Capricorn, and we are going to trickle our way into Aquarius season and another stellium in Aquarius. So that starts with Venus moving into Aquarius on the 17th. The next day on the 18th, we have a new moon in Capricorn, which is a day where we can finalize all of the lessons of Capricorn season and rebirth ourselves stronger with those lessons of, keeping things in order, our ducks in a row. Yeah. All right, and Aquarius season will officially begin the next day on the 19th. The sun will move into Aquarius, followed by, and it's technically the 20th is the next Tarot Tuesday, but on that day, Mercury goes into Aquarius as well, so a stellium happens there. And then we also have a sextile between Saturn and Uranus on that day, which Uranus has been retrograde since about the middle of last year or so, and it goes direct about a week or two into Aquarius season, leading us into this light, and this spark of the sextile is showing us where tradition can fall away, where can we reinvent some of the ways that our systems run things in place with more people in mind. Yeah, that is the energy of this moment. And like I've said, the Lunar New Year isn't until February 17th, so we still have over a month to actually really shed the snake of this year. Yeah, that's what's been coming up in a few of these signs, is that this snake is still shedding, that we can move into the year of the horse running, okay? And so I'm using the Xultún Tarot. I'm not saying that right, but it's a Mayan calendar tarot deck. And yeah, Mayan calendar, their year doesn't actually start till late July, so just more examples of timelines that work with the sun and moon that are not this calendar that we are on, right? Okay, so let's see what we got going on for Leo. Leo, we're going to start you off with the Tower. It's right side up. It's better than some of the people have been getting so far. But anyways, so the Tower card is here to topple away these old systems. And for you as a person, like, it might be old beliefs, it might be just ways that you've done things. It's just saying that let's clear cut, start from a new foundation. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes you have to rebuild. If the foundation becomes too shaky, then you have to start from the beginning. Yeah? Okay. That is what we got going on. You also have, so this is the Hangman, it's reversed. But yeah, so you have the Hangman reversed. And again, doubling down on, and it's just been a theme. It has just been a theme of this week where the way that we look at things is being shifted. It is Oz when you see the man behind the curtains moment. It is the moment you realize Santa is not real. That is where the collective is at right now. And it's not just things that are outside of us. Internally, we are seeing where that man behind the curtain is that little scared inner child, where the man behind the curtain is self-serving in ways that's trying to protect you in whatever way it needs to. So perspectives are being just thrown all kinds of ways. And Leo, a good way, a thing that I've even talked about it a lot, where, when you're in an argument, people go out and take a walk to walk it off, but they're also getting a different perspective, because when you're in that tunnel vision of a conflict, a confrontation of a person, you walk away, you get a different scenery, you can fester in those thoughts a little bit, yes, but you just get a different perspective. And so for you, Leo, really, and I've probably told you this in the last few months anyways, but I'm going to double down on it. Go out, get that fresh air, go do something you've never done before. In yoga, it would be do handstands. I remember our pranayama teacher telling this to somebody who was supposed to, in his mind, work in politics, is like, go do handstands, headstands, inversions, so that you get a different perspective. That's literally what the hangman is doing, is not an actual handstand. They're being forced into it, but that might be what the world is doing. It might force you into a complete shift of mindset. Yeah. Your outcome for it is the Chariot. So for you, at least, Leo, if you can have your ducks in a row, start from a good solid foundation this week. And yes, things might happen out of nowhere, out of the blue, show you different parts of you that you never knew. But once you can harness all of this energy, you will have the momentum to start getting things in motion. So this next week, you might feel a little bit more like you're moving at a better pace than you have been in the last few weeks, getting the ball rolling. It doesn't mean that you are gonna like finish the race or anything by any means. This is just saying that you're gonna find a bit more movement this week than you have in the last few weeks. Yeah, well, that's what I have for you there. But I decided that this week, because yeah, the energy of this week is kind of nuts. I'm also pulling the Flower of Life Oracle. I'm pulling one card for everybody, just because we can all use a little bit more sunshine in what's going on in the world. Yeah, we can all use a little bit more sunshine this week. Yeah, here we go. And look, you got a little heart in your image too. So here's your image. And what it says is intuition. If you are reading this, your third eye is opening, waking up, and it's seeing from an all-loving perspective. See beyond the fears and limitations and open yourself to the possibility that things are possible. From this place, you will see further, higher, and deeper. Yeah, so this is what you have, Leo. Open to your intuition. Fear is a tactic out there in the collective right now that is really meant to keep us all in a state of freeze, which, yeah, technically it's wintertime, but being in a forced freeze is different than being in the restful hibernation of the winter time. So feel the difference, and it will give you a stronger foundation for this week. All right, that's what I have for you, Leo. I hope that helped, and I'll see you next week. Bye.